Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Set Yourself Free podcast with Cleo. I'm super excited to be here today with Mr. Shaundi Goins. Our podcast talks about resilience, transformation, and information and empowerment. And I will allow you to listen to my AI as she tells you more about my podcast.
Are you ready to break free from life's chains? Welcome to the Set Yourself Free podcast, now live in the metaverse. Discover powerful strategies to overcome challenges, boost your confidence, and unlock your full potential. From conquering the fear of success to managing holiday blues, we've got you covered. Learn how to let go of emotional baggage, practice proactive crisis management, and celebrate yourself with positive affirmations. Join us on this transformative journey and discover the freedom within you. Set yourself free, your guide to a happier, healthier you. Visit our metaverse studio today and start your liberation.
Yes, and welcome back. Welcome back, guys. Today's topic is going to be phenomenal, inspiring, and transformative. We are going to talk about living a life you love, how your thoughts shape your reality. And Shaundi, our guest, is going to share how he reclaimed his life and redefined his legacy. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you guys Shaundi Goins.
Hey, Miss Cleo. Hey, crowd. So happy to see you guys. I'm greatly appreciate that I'm on your podcast today. What an honor.
Thank you so much, Shaundi, for agreeing to do this. So for those of you who do not know Shaundi, let me give you a little description about him and who he is and what he has been accomplishing. Shaundi is an international best-selling author, an inspirational teacher, a transformational speaker, a senior career coach, a social media influencer, making waves across the globe. And we are all honored to have him here today. And we're going to allow you to hear a little bit more about him through his AI video as well.
Welcome my fellow Soul Tribe community. I'm Shaundi Goins, and I'm thrilled to be here with you today. Are you ready to unleash your unlimited power and create a successful and fulfilling lifestyle? If so, you're in the right place. As an international best-selling author, top transformational speaker, and high-performance results coach, I've spent the past 20-plus years helping thousands of people from all walks of life achieve their goals and live their dreams. But it hasn't always been easy. Before I became a thought leader in the personal growth industry, I struggled with addiction, depression, and homelessness. I felt hopeless and defeated, and on December 9, 2001, I was ready to end my life. But then, something incredible happened. The universe spoke to me and reminded me that I was meant for greatness. I just needed to get clean and sober. That decision changed everything. The tools I learned in recovery helped me turn my setbacks into opportunities. I enrolled in college and earned my bachelor's degree in psychology, and completed 3 years of graduate school in leadership development. And most importantly, I was able to serve and help thousands of people across the globe live a life they love. So, what can you expect when you're a part of this community? It's a place to hang out, get inspired, and learn practical, step-by-step tools to achieve your specific goals. Whether you're an entrepreneur, manager, college student, thought leader, or someone in recovery, I'm here to help you unlock your potential and turn your dreams into reality. Thank you for being here today. Join my community and let's embark on this journey together. Remember, you are meant for greatness. Let's get started.
Yes. Yes, that was phenomenal, Shaundi. Hearing your AI video describe, the challenges that you face and how you overcame them and what you've accomplished since then. So as you know, you told your story about overcoming um, substance use disorder, and this month is National Recovery Month. So, what are your thoughts on that, or what feedback would you give to anyone seeking recovery now?
I would definitely say, if you're in recovery, is make sure that you have support, believe in yourself, take it one day at a time, and just know that you're no longer surviving, but you're now thriving because you're in surviving. And so just never give up one day at a time.
Thank you. That was awesome advice. Well, well said. I can definitely relate to you as well, Shaundi, where you had that dark moment in life where you wanted to give up, but something in the universe motivated you to change that trajectory of your life. If you listened to my podcast last week, I talked about that. So I'm really excited to hear more about your journey, and we have that on a clip that we're going to listen to right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Set Yourself Free podcast, where we dive deep into the stories of resilience, transformation, and empowerment. Today, we are thrilled to have a guest who is sure to light a fire in your spirit with his powerful journey of reclaiming his life and redefining his legacy. He is an international best-selling author, an inspirational teacher, a transformational speaker, a senior career coach, and a social media influencer making waves across the globe. Please join me in welcoming the incredible Shaundi Goins.
Wow, what a heck of an introduction. Thank you, Cleo. Thank you for having me on this amazing podcast. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here with you.
Yes, thank you so much for accepting the invite. I'm excited to be here with you as well. And I'm ready to have you inspire us and talk about, your trials and your triumphs and how you are now working to help others unlock their full potential.
Yes.
So, let's jump right in, Shaundi.
Let's do it.
Can you share your story of overcoming addiction and what motivated you to seek recovery?
Yeah, so I come from a background of people that have substance abuse disorder, family, alcoholics, people that abuse, drugs and stuff like that. And so I come from a lineage of, sorry to say, but people that was in their addiction. And so the first time I picked up my very first drink, I was 16 years old. And I've had quite a few stints of being in recovery and being out of recovery. But I would say the last go around before I got recovery is I got clean and sober on March 10th of 2022. And so
wow.
I'm closing in on 30 months of sobriety, Lord willing.
And that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been one heck of a journey. But what happened that forced me to get recovery this go around is I put my life on the line. And so I was drinking so many years, Cleo. I lost my mother to stage 4 pancreatic cancer on December 5th of 2014. She got diagnosed with cancer in 2012. So that hit me really, really hard.
Wow.
I went off the wall. I went off the cliff. I started binge drinking like never before. I'm drinking 24 bottles of Bud Light Lime every single day. I'm drinking 3 bottles of champagne every single day. I'm just drinking my problems away, and it had got so bad. She passed away. Everything just magnified. So I was depressed. I ended up losing my family. That really hit me hard. I literally, that almost took me out the game. I lost my family, almost lost my family. I ended up becoming epileptic because my psychiatrist told me, she said, Shaundi, your alcoholism has gotten so bad that you cannot stop drinking cold turkey. You have to detox. And so I didn't listen to her, being the alcoholic that I was. I didn't listen to her. And so what happened one day on March 26th of 2021, the day before I turned 43 years old, I'm driving, I'm talking to my best friend, and I was having an off day mentally, and I didn't know what was going on with me. I thought maybe it was a side effect of one of my medications or something, but something was off with me, Miss Cleo. And so I'm driving from home to, picking up my medication. And I was on my way to the hospital to get a checkup. But for some reason, something wasn't right. And so I started to feel a little bit discombobulated, my driving arms was beginning to shake and stuff a little bit. And I said to myself, should I go on this highway and go to the hospital? Or should I take my butt home around the corners because something's not right? So right before I was going to go into the freeway, I decided to go towards home. Well, going towards home, Leo, my left arm started to shake profusely. I never experienced that before in my entire life. So I almost crashed, but luckily I was able to park in front of 7-Eleven down the street from my house. When I got out the car, my arm was shaking so profusely. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if I was having a heart attack. I didn't know if I was having MS. I didn't know if I was having a seizure. I didn't know what was going on. Well, all I knew, something wasn't right. So I'm thinking that I'm about to take my last breath. I'm calling every family member in Milwaukee. I'm calling everybody in Chicago. I'm calling everybody up in California saying, this is the last ride. This is it, right?
Right.
And the ambulance came and, you know, they took me in. They took me to the ER. I was not right in my head and stuff. And they finally diagnosed me. They said, Shaundi, you had a seizure. Mr. Goins, you had a seizure.
Wow.
And, you know, they asked me, you know, are you, you know, what happened? You know, do you have a history of drinking alcohol? I said, yeah, I have severe alcohol abuse disorder. And they said, Shaundi, you're supposed to detox. You can't do that no more like that and stuff. And so I had 2 more, like an idiot. I decided to quit cold turkey 2 more times, and I had 2 other seizures. And so
oh my goodness.
I had 3 seizures. The second seizure, I had my oldest son with me in the car, and we in the backwoods of going towards Livermore, California, where it's nothing but mountains. It's raining. It's nighttime. I don't drive really good in the rain nor at nighttime. I'm having a seizure. I got my oldest son in my car, and all I'm just saying to myself to the Lord, if you're gonna take me, but please don't take my son. And that's the last thing I needed was to have my son die because of my alcoholism. Luckily, that didn't happen, and so I finally got to a point to where they said, Shaundi, if you ever take 1 more drink ever again, you're gonna die.
Right.
And so that was a wake-up call for me because my alcohol abuse was so bad, Cleo, that I knew if I was to take another drink that I really was gonna die because my health had just diminished to where I'm now epileptic, right?
Right.
And so I went to detox. In Southern California, and I immediately got back to work. I immediately got into my recovery because I wanted it. I wanted it so bad to get my life changed around. I got tired of being this stone cold alcoholic and not doing anything for myself, killing myself, and not doing anything for my family. And so I came out of detox and I was on fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my kid's mom told me at the time, get yourself together if you want to save this relationship. Well, here's the thing about it. I had done so much damage in my addiction for the sake of our family. She had moved her and the kids away. And so I lived by myself. You know, I lost my family, you know, and so that took me into a severe depression.
Right.
And mind you, I'm in recovery at that time. I'm 4 months in sobriety at the time, and I lost my family.
Wow.
But God has said, I know what you're going through, but everything happened for a reason, and I have a vision for you. He said, I got a bigger vision for your life more than ever, Shaundi. I said, you got a bigger vision for my life, bigger than
right.
He said, I got a big vision for you. He said, but I need you to stay clean and sober 1 day at a time. I said, okay, Lord, it's your world anyway. I'm done trying to do it my way, right? And so I got my sobriety. I kept going 1 day at a time. I'm having depression because I lost my family, but I kept going, right?
Right.
And slowly but surely, God began to bring bring blessings into my life. You know,
Yes.
he was able to put me in a position where I get to work with people that are coming out of prison and coming out of jails, and I help them find jobs or careers.
Wow.
And so doing that work, I love doing that work. I do this work to this day of helping people get a second chance. Like I got a second chance.
That's
you know?
right. That's right.
You know, and so been doing this work. I knew if I got clean and sober, when I got clean and sober, I knew that God was going to use my voice, use my experience, my strength and hope, and was going to help us serve a mighty nation, to help them turn their setbacks into a mighty comeback. Because see, I was homeless at one time. I was hooked on drugs and I was hooked on alcohol. I had PTSD. I was suicidal, ADHD. I barely graduated from high school. But here's the thing, though. When I got clean and sober, not only did God bring me back to where I was, but He elevated me. Cleo, how in the world did I write an international best-selling book?
Okay.
I wrote an international best-selling book in December of 2023. And then he said, Shaundi, we're going to finish this master's degree. Cleo, I jumped out of school in 2019. I didn't go back to school for 4 years because I had 4 classes left. And Cleo, you in grad school, so you already know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I did not want to go back to school because it was just so hard for me. Those classes was hard for me, Cleo. I had given up. Mm-hmm. But God said, what's your why? Like, why, what is the degree for? And I said, Lord, the degree is to not to hang it on the wall. The degree was to get a master's so I could become a master at helping people live their best life. And so what did he do? I got back to work. I got that master's degree. Can you believe that? I got that master's degree.
Oh my goodness.
That's what recovery did for me. That's what recovery did for me. And then what he did, he opened up the floodgates, and I've been able to help thousands of people across the globe on social media and help them step into their greatness and helping them turn their setbacks into a mighty comeback. Miss Cleo, this recovery life has been so beautiful for me. I had some great times, I've had some down times, but you know what? This is the best time of my life. I'm so blessed. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to change people's lives. And this is what I do. This is why I do what I do.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was phenomenal. I mean, you really took us through your journey of your lows and your highs and your comeback and the resilience, most importantly, the perseverance that it took in order for you to overcome this addiction and now be able to do what you are, what your purpose in life is. That was phenomenal. Thank you for sharing that story. And I think you kind of touched on this, but we'll go a little bit deeper into it. How did your experiences with addiction and recovery influence your decision to become a thought leader in the field of personal growth or development?
You know, I've been in the personal growth industry for over 20 years. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I got into that world is because I always wanted to help people. I always wanted to help people change their life because I come from a broken background. You know, I suffer from sexual abuse. I suffered physical abuse, domestic violence abuse from my sister's biological father. He used to beat up my mom. He used to beat up me. I come from a broken background. So literally everything that can happen to a child, the childhood trauma, I've been through that. I've been through literally all of it, right? But I always wanted to help people because I always looked up to superheroes because I didn't have no role models at that time. My role models was cartoons and, you know, the Hulk Hogan's of the world on professional wrestling, right? I used to watch pro wrestling. And I love Michael Jordan. These are my heroes. And I always knew on the inside that I always wanted to be a hero. I wanted to help people. I wanted to help people wanted to help people turn their challenges into opportunities.
Yes.
And so when I got older, and when I got my first round of recovery, it was the time that God said, I want you to start helping people. And so I got into the personal growth industry, and the very first thing I did is I got me a mentor by the name of Danny Johnson. And Danny, she is a world-renowned speaker, world-renowned coach, world-renowned trainer. I went to go see Danny Johnson, and within 10 minutes of being in that 1,000-seat seminar, I said, I don't know who this is. I said, but I want to be just like Danny Johnson when I grow up. But I didn't know how. But God said, son, success leaves clues. So what he did is he had me go see Danny for 4 years. Wherever Danny went, I went. I don't care if it was in Chicago. I don't care if it was St. Louis. I don't care if it was Miami. I don't care if it was in California. Wherever Danny went, I went for 4 years. Why? Because I learned to study from the greats. If I'm going to become a #1 top transformation speaker in the world, if I'm going to become an international best-selling author, if I'm going to become one of the thought leaders of the world, right? I had to learn from the absolute best in the world. Right. And so as I began to as I journeyed through my process to becoming a master in what I do, right? I started studying from other thought leaders like Jack Canfield, John C. Maxwell, Tony Robbins, right? I'm learning from these greats, from these thought leaders, and along the line, God was making me a thought leader. And so everything that I learned from them, what my clients, what my students get from me, I got that from them, right?
Right.
The thing about it though is what you learn, what you grasp, what you master, it has become mine. So my wisdom, my skills, my gifts are mine. They all come from God. The mentors come from God anyway, right? And so that's how I've been able to help serve a mighty nation. It's because I wanted to help people from day one. I wanted to become their hero. And what's really great about it is I am a thought leader. I'm a transformational speaker. I'm an international best-selling author. Everything that my mentors are, in my own way, in my own world, I have become just like them.
Right.
And what's really great about it is the work that I do, and I get really emotional about this, is when I change the lives of my students. See, I worked in higher education for 11 years. See, I was homeless, hooked on drugs and alcohol. How in the world did I go from being hooked on drugs and alcohol, losing my entire family, being suicidal, to working in higher education? How did I do that? That's recovery, and that's God. And God said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take a high school student, and I want you to help them get their associate's degree. I said, okay, Lord, I want you to take a student that has an associate's degree. I want you to help them get their bachelor's degree. Okay, Lord. Shaundi, you're doing great. You're doing phenomenal. I want to take it to another level. You want to take it to another level? I want to take it to another level. Shaundi, I want you to help the kids, these youngsters, go to get their undergrad, a master's degree. I don't have a master's degree just yet at the time. He said, that's okay. I gave you what you need. And so I was able to help my students get their master's degree. And then check this out. God told me, he says, I want you to start helping students get their doctorate degree. And I started helping them get their doctorate degree. I've been able to help high school students go to college, get their undergraduate degree, get a master's degree, get their PhDs. Right? This is the work that I was called to do. This work is from recovery. This work is from doing God's work. And it's I can't explain it. It's a beautiful thing that I do, and just to serve these students, just to serve these clients, just being a beacon of hope to the people that I've been able to help over the past 20-some plus years has been a true blessing, and to really help them step into their greatness, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's helping people step into their unlimited power, because every single body in this world have a purpose, they have a vision, they have passion, and everybody in this world has an opportunity to unleash their unlimited power that they're given by God to do extraordinary things. Because if I were to be a homeless just on drugs and alcohol, if I came from hitting rock bottom multiple times in my life, and I'm where I'm at today, then what can they do?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been able to serve them. And a lot of my college students, a lot of my clients, a lot of people in business are very, very successful in what they do. And I'm just so proud of them. And you know, that's the kind of work that I do.
Okay. Listening to you speak, I feel like I need to get up and do something. It's definitely a story of inspiration for sure. So let's switch from, talking about the addiction per se, and let's talk about your book, because as you stated earlier, you are an international best-selling author. So tell me, what inspired you to write your book, and what message do you hope your readers will take away from reading it?
I would say the very first person that saw a gift in me was my 6th grade teacher, Max. And I had the ability to write really good stories. And Max said, when I graduated at commencement, he says, I hope to see this young man on the New York Times best-selling list 15 years from now. So he sparked the plug in me, and he told me, he says, Shaundi, you're a great writer. And so, 15 years later, I ended up writing my very first book called From Homeless to Greatness, to Shaundi Goins' story.
Wow.
And in that book, it teaches people, I tell my story of how I was at the very bottom of the bottom from literally day one, right?
Okay.
And I take my readers onto a journey on how I was able to turn all my setbacks into success. And I give them, I give my readers platinum success nuggets, platinum success gems that's going to help them go from average to good to great to phenomenal to unstoppable to become undeniable.
Yes,
that's what that book is all about.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. That was well said. So listen, y'all gotta go out and check out this book, and we'll talk about where you can find that later on in this segment. So now, what lessons from your recovery and your professional journey do you hope to pass on to your children?
Parenting is probably the most challenging job that any adult can have. And all I can be is we can be mentors and coaches and help them along the way make the best decisions.
Right.
And really just help them be the best person that they could possibly be. My thing about it is to be open and honest with my sons that, hey, listen, your father has had a challenging life. Your parents had a challenging life because of the life that our family used to live, and the life that unfortunately your dad lived. But I don't want you to go down that road. If you don't drink alcohol, and if you don't do drugs, you'll be in the right state of mind to where you can accomplish anything you want. But indulging in booze and drugs and stuff, especially from a genetic standpoint, if you like it, you're gonna love it. And if you love it, the likelihood of you potentially getting addicted to drugs and alcohol is very high. And so I just want to teach my kids that you don't have to go down that path that I went down that path. And just be really transparent with them and just let them know that, hey, you go your path, make sure it's a positive path. And so all I can be is a beacon of hope to them and share my experience, my strength and hope with them. And hopefully that they'll stay on the path to greatness.
Yeah. I think that's well said. That's great advice. And speaking of advice, what advice would you give to someone who is currently struggling with addiction?
Addiction is tough. Addiction is just like, it's a disease of the brain. It's just like if you have cancer, diabetes, or heart disease. There is it's an illness. And most addicts and alcoholics, we lose our self-will. A lot of people think, well, you just stop drinking, do drugs. It's not that simple. it's a disease, right? It's a chronic disease. But what I always tell my clients when I used to be a substance abuse counselor, and what I've learned in my addiction is everybody else can want you to be clean and sober. But where it starts is you, the person. See, Shaundi had to get clean for himself. I had to be ready. Once somebody is ready to receive recovery, that is the very first step. That's the very first step. Once you get that step, there's help out there that you can get that can help you get into recovery. You can go into detox. You can get counseling, professional counseling. There's many things you can do to help you not just get clean and sober, but stay clean and sober. You know, I see a therapist. I practice my recovery through multiple different ways of 12 steps, mindfulness, motivational speaking, meditating. The way I get my recovery is a hybrid. And so, you know, when people get clean and sober, there's no really one cookie cutter way to get clean. When somebody gets clean and sober, they will find their way on which school of thought will be the best way for them to get their recovery, whether it's AA or if they're studying mindfulness or if they're doing medication assisted treatment, whatever floats to their boat. But that first step is they gotta want to get clean for themselves, because everybody else, they can't want it for you more than you want it for yourself.
Right. And I think you summed it up very well. You know, recovery, there are many ways to recovery. It's not just one set path, because what works for some person might not work for another. I think that is absolutely true. And I know this as well from working in the field myself as a substance abuse counselor. So absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. How important is it for men in particular to open up about their emotions and seek help for substance use?
I think it's very important. I know for myself, you know, I grew up that a man should be able to self-will anything. You know, going to therapy or asking for help, that shows a sign of weakness. And I disagree with that. And, you know, having that mindset when I was younger really messed me up. If I would have sought therapy, and if I would have been able to ask for help in the first place, I would have been better off. But because I was able to get help, because I was able to get help through therapy, it really changed my life. It really, because, you know, in recovery, you know, just taking medication assisted treatment, that's part of it. But getting professional therapy, that's the other part of it. And the statistics don't lie that when you get your recovery and you decide to get therapy, the likelihood of you staying clean and sober is going to be much greater compared to if you decide not to get therapy. And therapy is not for everyone, of course. You can make your own decision. But I believe if you keep an open mind, like I did, like a lot of men in recovery that go to therapy to talk about their challenges, right? They're going to be a lot better off, and they're going to have a strong recovery. And they're going to be a better person mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually anyway.
That is phenomenal that you have such insight to sorry there for a second. I lost audio there. But yes, I think it's phenomenal that you shared that school of thought where, you know, men do not always have to, you know, avoid sharing their emotions because it comes out in other unhealthy ways, and the importance of seeking help so that you can learn how to manage your emotions. So here, with that being said, after you've gone through this journey, you've overcome, you're helping people, how did you reclaim your life and now redefine your legacy?
I reclaimed my life by giving reconnecting with the Lord and giving myself up and just saying, you know what, my best thinking got me here in the first place. I need you to take over this ship. Because what I was doing was I was practicing insanity and it wasn't working out for me. I had lost everything, Cleo. But I got back with God and God said, what I need you to do is I need you to get back into recovery. He said, if you get back to recovery, I promise you, your life is going to change and you're going to be able to help more of my people. Because Shaundi, your life is not done yet. There's more work for you to do. And I contribute my success to my God and to my recovery and to my spirituality.
Wonderful. So tell me now, what are your goals for the future, both professionally and personally?
Well, the ultimate goal is to get on that New York best-selling book as far as one of my personal goals. To get on that New York Times bestseller. You know, right now I'm writing a book. You know, if everything goes well, the publishers say that it will be a Amazon bestseller. So I'm still putting in that work. I still want to be able to travel across the nation and globally to just speak my truth and to help people transform from the inside out, because I am a transformational speaker.
Yes.
And I want to write many, many books on how to help people change their lives. And I want to be able to be financially free, not just to have money, but so that I can open up schools across the globe to help them be successful, to help these kids be successful, and they don't have to pay a single dime. So the work that I do, God is going to provide the financial resources so I can be able to help these youngsters, so I can be able to help the teenagers, so I can be able to help the young adults, how to help everybody in this entire world to the best of my ability to shine bright, love, peace, kindness, you know, and so we can all grow together, we can all glow together, and we can just live our best lives and live the life that we love.
Okay, so we are coming near the end, and I just have a couple more questions for you. What practices do you follow to maintain your emotional health and resilience?
I use therapy.
Okay.
I have a lot of support. See, support is the game for literally anything. So I use my support system. I practice a lot of resilience, mental toughness. I study the field. I've learned to master my mental health. And, you know, it's not easy all the time, but I learned how to master it because, you know, in order for you to get to where you want to go, you got to be resilient. You got to have mental toughness and stuff like that there. So
that is awesome. I love that. I think you said it, and we've talked about it throughout this interview, the importance of resilience and fighting back and knowing that you are capable, that this is something that is doable, that you don't have to stay stuck. No matter what you're going through in life, you do have the ability to reclaim your life. Now, with that being said, what is one key takeaway you would like our listeners to remember from your story?
You got to know your why. You got to know your purpose in life. What are you called to do? What were you born to do? Because when you know your why, when you know your purpose, life becomes effortless. Because when you're working inside, when you're in alignment with your purpose, you can't go wrong. Right? You're able to achieve your goals. You're able to do the work that you're called to do in life. It's always tell people the two most important times of your life is the day that you were born and the day that you find out what you're called to do in life. And if you know what you're called to do in life, then life is going to be amazing.
Yes.
Stay clean and sober, though. Stay clean and sober, though.
Yes. You can't have anything without being clean, right?
Yes. And I talk about that. I talk about these things in my book, The Home is the Greatest of Shaundi Goins' Story. And they can find that on my website at shaundigoins.io.
That is awesome because that's literally what my next question was going to be. How can people connect with you? Hey, you listen. You were spot on. How can people connect with you and learn more about your work, learn more about your services? I know you are like literally blowing up on social media right now. So tell us, how can we connect with
you? You can connect with me on TikTok. That is my main platform. Been able to serve almost 13,000 amazing Soul Tribe members. And, you know, I talk about daily transformation, daily inspiration, daily motivation. I provide success tips to help people live not just a successful lifestyle, but a fulfilling lifestyle, because there are a lot of people that are successful, but they're not fulfilled in life. And if you're fulfilled in life, if you have a fulfilling lifestyle, there's nothing like having that. It beats money every single time. So you can find me on TikTok. That's where I hang out at. That's where my Soul Tribe is at. I would love for you to become a Soul Tribe member yourself. You're gonna get the best of Shaundi, no matter what, any time of the day, twice on Sunday. And I thank you for letting me be on the show and giving this platform to talk about where I've been and where I'm at today and how I'm able to help other people. And they can also find out the intricacies of my work on my website.
Okay, and your book is also purchasable there as well.
And my ebook, The Homeless Awareness, Shaundi Goins Story, is on the business and the yes.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Well, Shaundi, I just want to say thank you so much for taking time in your day to be a part of the Set Yourself Free podcast, to share your inspiring story, to encourage, to uplift us, to empower us, and most importantly, share the strategies that people could use in order to reclaim their life and redefine their legacy as you have done. And I know that you are going to leave a legacy behind that is to be reckoned with. So thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. Hey, ladies, gentlemen, he just told you where you could connect with him. Please go out and show some love, show some support. And I want to thank everyone for joining and listening. And I hope that by listening to this episode, you were able to see your own potential. That you were able to connect with something that was said and be able to transform your life. Thank you all again for joining. Set yourself free, and we look forward to another episode with you next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
I can't even talk. So Shaundi, I just want to thank you again for sharing your story with us. Your story was inspiring. It had, as I said earlier, the ups, the downs, but also the build up, right? How you built yourself back up. You made it clear to everyone who is listening that recovery is possible and that success is possible for all of us. And it can happen if we're willing to do the work. And so, Shaundi, with that being said, ladies, gentlemen, we are going to open up the floor for questions for Shaundi. If you have any questions, please feel free to type them in or to share your questions with. And while we wait, Shaundi, is there anything that you would like to say, anyone listening, um, who that you didn't say earlier?
Never give up on your dreams. Never give up on yourself. You fail forward. You fail until you succeed, because many of the greats in the world have done that, and everybody has their own start, their own starting part, and they worked really hard to get to where they are today. And so I just encourage you to um, utilize a philosophy of creating a dynasty and success leave clues. And if you have hope, if you have hope, there are people that are doing what you want to do. That should inspire you, and go ahead and put in that work so you can step into your unlimited power, and also you can go from average to good to great to unstoppable to undeniable. And when you are in that zone, the world is your oyster.
Well said, Shaundi. Well said. Um, and I think it's important to note that when we fall down and we get to that dark place, that is just a portion of our story, right? That's just a chapter in the book that we're writing. That we can absolutely get back up and not let those periods of lows define the rest of our lives. And we get to choose with that hope that you just mentioned, the opportunity to build and be resilient and pursue new goals and objectives for our life.
Amen to that.
So, yes, amen to that.
Yeah, go ahead. I would say a few things. I would say being able to get my family back, being able to be friends with my kids' mom, and to be a part of my both my kids' lives. That's huge, because there's a lot of people who, unfortunately, when they get into recovery, they've done so much damage that they can't get their kids back because they've done so much in their addiction. So I'm blessed to have my kids in my life and all that good stuff there. Also, too, um, when I first got into recovery, I wrote an international best-selling book, and that just brought me to my knees because that was a 32-year journey of one of my big giant personal goals, and so I'm very proud of that. And I would definitely say a very close number one, but getting that getting that master's degree, because getting a master's degree is no joke, and Cleo can tell you about that as well. But to finally close that journey and take the information that I gained from getting the master's is to help my audience, my clients, my students, give them hope that, hey, no matter how hard the road is, that you can do it, that it's possible. Just don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't ever give up on your dreams.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tara. It's great that you brought up the metaverse because Shandi, I believe you are um, utilizing the metaverse as well, or planning to utilize the metaverse as well. How do you see yourself using that to further your journey?
Yeah, absolutely. The metaverse here is the future. Um, you need to get in. You need to get in into the metaverse because social. To be honest with you, social media is like yesteryear, and the metaverse is the future. It's here right now, and there's so many things that are happening inside the metaverse. You know, people are starting careers, starting businesses inside the metaverse because so many jobs would be taken away, unfortunately, in the real world through AI. And you have to definitely get involved and learn this, about the metaverse, which is I am. And so definitely we all have to, unplug, if you will, um, from what's going on currently in the world and step into the future of the metaverse because you don't have a choice. It's going to be a lifestyle. It's going to be a part of our lives. So you might as well get in it now and learn while this is still new to people.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Definitely want to check out the metaverse. We're in the metaverse right in the Set Yourself Free studio, which was created by V Hello LLC. And I'm going to thank them for hosting us and creating this space for us. And if you just want to find out more about V Hello LLC, you want to check out VHelloLLC.io, correct? All right, I got that right? Yes, yes. And they are on all social media platforms. Very knowledgeable about the metaverse, but equally as knowledgeable about how to strategize for your business and take your business to the next level. So you definitely want to check them out as well. So with that being said, do you have any more questions? And if we don't, we're going to end for today. Shaundi, I wanted to let you know that you're getting a lot of love out here. A lot of people appreciated your hearing your story, and a lot of what you said has resonated with them. I want you to know that Kita said that your story was very encouraging, and throughout the interview, what she heard was that the devil tries to use for evil, God can turn around and use it for good. So, in other words, we're maybe going through a rough path, there's always light that can shine through. Yes. So again, Shandi, any closing remarks before we go? Tell us where we can find you again.
You can find me on my business in a box. Shaundi Goins, my first and last name, .o.
Yes. Thank you, Shandi. And on all other social media platforms, correct?
Yeah, I predominantly is on TikTok. And so if you want to join my soul tribe and get daily motivation and get new skills to help you live a fulfilling lifestyle, you can find me on TikTok.
Yes. Keyword a fulfilling lifestyle. Not just existing and going about life, but living a fulfilling lifestyle. I love that. And ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much, Sandy. Thank you, Hello LLC. Thank you for everyone who joined and listened. You can continue to listen again if you missed this or you'd like to listen to more on Set Yourself Free on YouTube. And you can always listen from setyourselffree.io, which is where my business in the box is /website. you can always come into this space as well and listen to our podcast live as it plays as well. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate all your support, and I'll see you next time on Set Yourself Free podcast.
Thank you, Miss Cleo.